because this piece right here, you're in a season right now where you're probably being asked deep down, because again, I'm not talking about surface shit. I'm talking about things that you feel the urge to do that just don't make sense. They don't speak to the character that you've been playing for X amount of time. And so as you're trying to justify these urges, people are like, that's not you. And it's like, you're right, it's not you. Because Spirit is calling you to evolve past the point that you are right now, because they understand, your spirit team understands, you're settling. What is going on, beautiful beings and conscious co-creators? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are still in May Day. However, I did take some time off last week because I got really sick, unfortunately, and I just kind of used some of those days to kind of recuperate. I think I did post maybe 1 or 2 videos last week, towards the end of last week, yeah, that was kind of my absence. I got really sick, and I needed to take care of myself. So but I am back today, and we are going to be covering your purpose for right now. I feel like we are all in seasons. Sorry if you hear my phone going off, but we all have seasons or cycles that we go through in life, and sometimes our seasons can be really abundant and fun and things that we want to go through, and sometimes we enter seasons where we have to sacrifice, we have to give up something, we have to focus. Sometimes there are hard-working seasons, sometimes there are seasons to reap the benefits of that hard work. And so I want to kind of give you guys some insight and kind of shine a light on your current season, give you guys kind of a bird's eye perspective of maybe what to focus on during the season, because sometimes we lose sight of the fact that we're supposed to be learning something, we're supposed to be gaining something from every single season and cycle we have in this life. So if that is a video that you're interested in, please stay tuned. All right, beautiful beings. So we are going to do it pick a card style. We're going to do a pick a card. I have 3 groups in front of you guys, so feel free to pick your group. This is going to be group 1. This is going to be group 2. This is going to be group 3. If you're curious about the stones, group 1 is amethyst, group 2 is red jasper, and group 3 is carnelian. So if you want to pick off the stones, you can, the cards, whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it. If you need to pause the video for a second and meditate, go ahead and do that as well. I'm going to include the pick a card timestamps in the description box. I'm also going to remember to put them in the comment section as well. So yeah, should be super convenient for you to find where you need to be. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go with group 1, but I will see groups 2 and 3 at your timestamps. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, group 1, so this is the card that you picked. It is the Chess Queen. Okay, and so what I'm gathering is that this is a season for you guys to be doing a lot of observing, okay? When I think about chess, I don't know if you guys are chess players at all. I'm going to be shuffling and pulling cards out, by the way, so just excuse those. I'll get to those in a second. But I don't know if you guys are chess players at all, but for those of you guys who are not familiar, in the board of chess, in the game of chess, there's a piece called the Queen. And the Queen actually is one of the most powerful pieces, arguably, in the game, because the piece can really just move freely. She can go frontwards, backwards, diagonal. She can attack. She can move as many spaces as she needs to in a specific direction. Every other game piece has like limitations. The Queen kind of doesn't. She doesn't have limitations. She's very independent. She moves freely. But because of that, when you are using the chess piece for the Queen, you have to be strategic, because for the simple fact that because she can move so freely, she is kind of the most sought after from your opponent, meaning people are trying to get the Queen out. Okay, that is the MVP of your deck or your pile. I don't know what I'm saying. The Queen is the MVP amongst the group. So if you get the queen, it's pretty easy to get everybody else, okay? So because of that, you can kind of look at it as like the queen is the one with the bounty over her head. And so you want to be very careful when you're playing chess, when you're moving your queen, to make sure that you're not putting her into a trap, that you're not making it easy for your opponent to get her. Now, the reason I'm giving you this analogy is because I feel like right now you're in a time in your life where you're in the precipice of becoming the most valuable player in your group, in your surroundings, in your immediate ecosystem, okay? I think that's why you picked number one first and foremost, because I think that number really resonates with your soul. I feel like you guys are called to leadership positions. I think you guys are called to be something very important to a lot of people. And so because of that, I feel like, one is something that you probably see a lot as far as like, on the clock, you probably see the number one a lot. You probably see the number one on the road a lot, or on the phone. Like you're always kind of seeing that number a lot. And you're probably always in a position where people are asking you like your thoughts or what you should do, or what they should do, or like asking for like questions that like a leader would kind of say, like dictate, and this season specifically, I think you're being called to just be very observant about your surroundings. Like I said, in chess, it's all about what you see. It's all about what you observe, and also what you can anticipate your opponents moving. You always want to be 2 steps ahead. That's how you play chess. So if you move this way, if you move this way, your opponent could possibly move this way or that way. So you want to anticipate that by moving after that. Like you always want to be 2 or 3 steps ahead. And that's why chess is kind of more typically mentally stimulating than a lot of other games. I feel like you're entering into mentally stimulating territories in your life. You're probably being invited to you're probably being invited to sit at certain tables, meet with certain organizations. You're being called to speak at certain events, or people are just asking, even if it's in the beginning stages, they're asking your opinions. But you do have to understand that your opinions hold a lot of weight. So, now is the time to start being more careful and cautious about what you're saying, who you're saying it to, the place that you're coming from, and practicing really just kind of oration skills. And oration, if you don't know, it's talking skills, speaking, public speaking, being able to talk and say what you mean, and mean what you say. And some of that comes by being observant and being aware of not just yourself and how you're feeling when you're saying certain things, but also your environment, and knowing when is the time to say this, when is the time to hold back. That discernment is going to bring you very far. The associating words with this card is also trust and strategizing. All right, so trust in yourself. Trust in the process. Where you are is where you are for a reason. Don't doubt that. If you spend too much time doubting, you're kind of the more time you spend doubting your gifts, or doubting the position you're in, or having this like imposter syndrome of like you shouldn't be here, you don't belong here, the more time you spend doing that, the less time you can actually focus on the reason why you're here. The less time you can focus on trying to learn the lesson, gain the skill set, have the relationships. You are kind of putting time into thoughts that really just don't serve you. So it's asking you to trust in the position that you're in, trust that Spirit is guiding you where you need to be led, and just kind of have faith in what it is that you are and who it is that you are, and your abilities as well. But also, again, strategizing, being less not being quick to respond, react. I know we're in a very reactive society right now, where a lot of people, as soon as something happens that they don't like, they need to go to the community, they need to go to the social media, they need to go to the internet and express their frustration and their discontentment. They have to express that they don't like something, that they got a problem. Like we don't use a lot of wisdom nowadays And I think that is one of the things that is going to set you apart from your opponents, because you will have those where you're going. Um, Part of that is gonna set you apart because you are operating out of wisdom, you are operating out of faith, and because of that, you're able to be more calm. You're able to be less reactive because you know that things are going to work out for your highest good. And that faith, even if everything is crumbling around you, is going to one, keep you in the flow state of the law of attraction. It's going to allow things to start to continue to come effortlessly to you, even though everything in the world is telling you that, shit's going left. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like ordering your steps, making sure that you're strategizing, not with other people necessarily, and sometimes not even with yourself, but with your spiritual team. Making sure that you're on one accord with what the assignment is. And if you don't know, well, that is a time to have those deep thoughts, those contemplations. That's the time when you meditate on the message that Spirit is wanting you to receive. So the tarot that came out is you have the Eight of Pentacles, you have Ace of Wands, and you have the Sun card. It's a lot. I'm seeing fulfillment in every single way possible. I'm seeing that this season is the key to the life that you want. So when I ask you, what is it that you want? What is it that you're looking for to experience in this lifetime? And you tell me whatever it is. So let's say it's travel. Well, the key to travel is freedom, financial freedom, freedom from time, freedom from obligations, to be able to just pack up and go. So it's like, well, when you say that, and that's the thing that, when you say like, oh, I want to travel, and you get those good feelings, that a smile comes on your face because you can visually see yourself wherever it is, whether it's the pyramids in Egypt or I don't know why all of a sudden I'm thinking pyramids. So if that's something that you guys are wanting to do, it's like explore on a cultural level, like the pyramids of Egypt or the pyramids in Mexico. Someone's wanting to do some research on pyramids, I think. And so if that's something that you wanted to do, like, just know that the roles that you're in now, you're the cycle that you're in right now, where you're kind of coming to this place of needing to be in a leadership position. If you're offered a leadership position, know that that's something that you are supposed to be taking. That is going to set you off in the path that's going to allow you to have this time to travel and study whatever it is that you're trying to study or experience or live or encounter, whatever that is. There's so much opportunity here. I think this is a proposal of sorts. I see Ace of Wands and I'm thinking proposal. Some of you have been kind of given this opportunity to step up in some sort of way. And also, I see Ace of Pentacles, and every time I see, not Ace of Pentacles, sorry, Eight of Pentacles. Every time I see this card, I think about protection of assets, protection of things that you are acquiring, okay? So, for example, making sure that you are doing what you need to do on a legal standpoint when it comes to your money, okay? Not doing risky investments, making sure that your taxes are paid for, making sure that, your making sure that your companies or your company, some of you guys are probably business minded, or I see you guys having a lot of different, like, your hand is in different pots, right? As far as like maybe money, maybe whatever it is that you're doing, you do a lot of different stuff. You probably have a lot of different titles, jobs, whatever. And it's just about making sure that everything is structured the way it needs to, especially from a legal standpoint. So, making sure that the business is in good standing, for example, making sure that the taxes are filed, making sure that you have the people that are supposed to be in those positions, making sure that, your bank accounts look right. And I would even say, if that is you, this would be a good opportunity as well to kind of check in to make sure that, like go and run those books, make sure that nobody's trying to like scam you, nobody's trying to take money from you, nobody's stealing or anything like that. I think it's like kind of one of those things where just kind of make sure you're keeping up with yourself. Don't just kind of let everything go. Don't forget about the business structure. Make sure you have people that are in place to do the things that you need them to do. Like, as far as like, I know you guys have heard of like accountants and CPAs like scamming people, taking money behind their clients' back, agents, stealing money. I know you've heard that type of stuff in the like the Hollywood industry, the music industry, like acting, people taking advantage of other people. So it's like, I think this is saying, don't be that person. Make sure that you step your stuff up. Make sure you learn the things that you need to learn, and make sure that, or not learn the things, but if you hire a CPA, make sure you hire another CPA to check that CPA type stuff. Like, you don't have to know that stuff, but you want to make sure everyone is being held accountable to something, is basically what I'm trying to say there. What else? We're talking about this current season. What do they need to know? What does group 1 need to know about this current season that they're in? What are they supposed to be doing? What are they supposed to be learning? Who are they supposed to be talking to even? Any sort of insight, clarity, or guidance you can provide. Thank you. King of Pence. Yeah, you're such in leadership position. You're in such a leadership position. Nine of Swords is also saying, Nine of Swords is telling me that when I mentioned earlier about, you kind of feeling like maybe you don't deserve this position, maybe you feeling like you have some imposter syndrome, I can even see people trying to make you feel that way. People trying to make you feel like you don't deserve what it is that you have. And I want to just say, I know it's super easy to say, but kind of hard to do. So you're going to have to practice, and you may have to fake it till you make it. This may be one of those things, but I need you to practice, having this confidence about yourself where if someone does try to come in and speak negatively on what it is that you're doing or what it is that you're building, if they are trying to doubt it, that you tell them, what it is that I'm doing is going to prosper. What it is that I'm doing is going to be filled with abundance. I'm not worried about whether or not it's going to be successful, because it is. I've already had confirmation from Spirit. So it's just a matter of when. It's not a matter of how. It's not a matter of why or what. It's a matter of when. Like, you have to just kind of remind yourself, don't quit, keep going. If they don't support it, then they don't need to be on Team You right now. They don't need to be on Team You. Yeah, Destiny card came out. This was kind of written for you. And I think that's why I was saying, like, it doesn't. And then Aquarius comes out and it says, I know. Yeah. So what this is now saying is that the reason why you don't have to worry about what, like, the how, the why, the what, the semantics. You don't have to worry about that, because this is something that you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be in leadership position. You're supposed to be the one that people look at and be like, oh my God, wow, she's so powerful. You are the queen piece in the chessboard. You are supposed to be able to move freely and fluidly. That was written for you. And that's probably why, if you guys kind of are like in positions right now where you're unsatisfied, you're not feeling like, everything may make sense on paper, but it's like your heart isn't in it, your soul isn't in it. Well, it's because you're settling. And that's the prime definition of settling. Is like, everything makes sense, but you're not excited about it. It doesn't get you going, It's just because you're settling. You're settling for a half-assed life because of what? Fear? Contentment? Are you trying to are you appeasing other people, and that's why you're settling? Like, there's all kind of reasons why we settle, but the point is that I use these readings as a mirror for you, because I just want to put you on notice. And the card is saying don't settle because it's in your birthright. Aquarius is coming in. Some of you guys can be Aquarius. Some of you guys could have a lot of Aquarius energy in your chart. Okay, and I actually have a lot of Aquariuses around me. I don't have a lot of Aquarius in my chart, but I'm surrounded by Aquariuses in my family. And one of the things that I love about an Aquarius, and sometimes kind of get irritated about, but this is one of the strengths that you have, is that Aquariuses, when they're right, and that's it. That's it. It doesn't really matter if they're wrong. Like, like with Aquarius, it's like, even if they are wrong, it doesn't matter because they're right. They will find a way to make themselves right. If that makes sense. So, like, Aquariuses oftentimes have a very black and white nature about themselves. Whereas as long as it makes sense in their reality, then that's it. There's little room for them to see other. And I think that is a strength that you can use, because I feel like you are going to have a lot of people that try to come in and block this flow of abundance, block these blessings coming through for you. Because this piece right here, you're in a season right now where you're probably being asked deep down, because again, I'm not talking about surface shit. I'm talking about things that you feel the urge to do that just don't make sense. They don't speak to the character that you've been playing for X amount of time. And so as you're trying to justify these urges, people are like, that's not you. And it's like, you're right, it's not you. Because Spirit is calling you to evolve past the point that you are right now, because they understand. Your spirit team understands. You're settling. So when people say, oh, you're acting out of character, you're damn right you're acting out of character. You are needing to evolve past this character. You're done playing this role. And part of you knows that. But you have to make that so black and white for yourself and for others. Sometimes in life there's time for color, and there's time for things to just be black and white. Yes, no. Right, left, up, down. And this is one of those things that needs to be so black and white with you. Who you are needs to be something that is understood first and foremost by you, because that is going to predicate every single thing that you do from here on out. That's going to be the determining factor as far as whether or not you stay at your job or quit, whether or not you move or stay in your hometown, whether or not you marry this man or leave him, whether or not you have these children or don't, whether or not you get on that plane or you stay put. So you have to know who that person is. We have Penguin. It says, reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. I can't write that. Just be yourself. Break free of others' expectations of you. You guys do have a tribe. You know, penguins are the type of creatures that are very family oriented. Like, they surround themselves around like each other. They kind of like they kind of roll together. They're like a clique. And until you have access to your physical clique, because some of you guys don't, some of you guys do, and if you do and you know who these people are, lean on those people in the times of you kind of going to war with yourself, because those are the people that need to come in and remind you when the mind is challenging the heart and the soul. Okay, so if you have that tribe already in existence, utilize that tribe. They're there for a reason. There are people in our lives that are here for a reason. They're here to help us, and we're here to help them. But this is a help you kind of moment, and you need those people. Now, for those of you guys who don't, you have this, but not in physical form yet. So who do you go to? Your ancestors, your spirit guides. Figure out what or who those are. This is the season for you to get prepared. This is the season for you guys to get your arsenal together, get your army together, because you're about to go to war to claim your place. Chess is a game of war. May the best person win. And so you need, and I love how this is kind of circling back to that message, Ashe Spirit, because it's really beautiful. And that's a really good point. I didn't point out, and I love the game of chess, by the way, so that's why I'm speaking so, like, you know, so passionately about it. But like, that's the point, is like, because The queen is the HBIC. She is the MVP of the board, right? Because of that, there's all these other pieces that are meant to help protect the king. Yes, she steps out and she can be on the front line, but she's not domicile. She's not agreeable. And some of you guys are being too agreeable. So find your tribe, the rook, the bishop, the pawns. Those are all pieces in the game of chess. Some of you guys really should start playing chess. Find these people that are going to protect you. Find these people that are going to help you get to where you're going, that understand your mission, that are down for the cause. You have people that are going to be team you. Because you're not an average person. You're not a non-player character. An NPC, if you guys have heard of that, those are people who only have a certain script. Those are, like in games, these NPCs can only do a certain amount of things. They have a fixed script. And they can't go past that. You're not that person. You're not that type of person. So don't limit yourself to being that type of person. Just don't do it. So find your tribe, physically and spiritually. Don't limit yourselves to the expectations of others, because people are going to try to box you in, and you're not supposed to be in a box in the first place. People are going to try to put titles on something that's not supposed to be titled, because what you are may exceed their understanding. Do not allow them to limit you. Just take it for what it is. And I'm talking people in any shape, form, fashion. Mother, brother, sister, father, friend, coworker, don't care. Could care less. Dude down the street, neighbor, doesn't matter. This world is so massive. That's why I'm saying don't limit. You are shortchanging yourself. And this is the season to start battling that, going against that, revolting against that, challenging that. Where are these thoughts coming from? Why are you repeating them? Why are you entertaining them? Like, let's focus on that, you know? So that's what I got for you guys, Group 1. That's the season that you're in. I hope that you took something from this reading. If you did, ashe, ashe, I'm so thankful for that. And I'm so grateful for Spirit for allowing the lines of communication to be open so that you can receive what it is that you needed to receive. I'm going to go ahead and go to your sister group, Group 2. But I will see you guys in my next video. If you like this type of videos, subscribe so that you don't miss out on any other type of content that I make. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go to Group 2. Bye, guys. What's going on, Group 2? This is your reading. We have Sacred Union. And what I'm gathering from you guys is your season is dealing with relationships. Your season is dealing with learning more about yourself by way of relationships. Some of you guys are in relationships right now, and you may be trying to figure out where is this going, and you're questioning the longevity, the stability of this relationship. And I'm seeing this card come in and tell you guys that focus on the right now with this person, because there's so much to learn about yourself. But also, this relationship is not a relationship of convenience, but if you treat it like one, I feel like you're going to end up needing to go through this cycle again. And I don't think that it's one that you want to really go through, because I feel some of you guys are really just trying to get to your end all be all. I'm not necessarily saying this is your forever person, and we can ask that question though, but whatever Spirit says is what they say. I'm going to be shuffling and pulling cards off to the side, so just keep that in mind. But anyway, what I am saying though is that this relationship that you're in, or this relationship that you're about to enter into, some of you guys haven't met this person yet, But this is about you learning how to be a partner. This cycle that you're in is about you learning how to work well with other people. This is also about you learning how to be open and vulnerable with other people. We skip past the part of actually falling, and we just want to be in love. We don't realize how risky that is. We just want to get there. We just want to get to the destination. We don't want to drive, though. We just want to be there. We want to click our heels 3 times like Dorothy and just be in Kansas. And we can't do that, though. That's not how this works. We have to go the distance. We have to take the drive. We have to endure the trip. Why? Because that trip is going to tell you a lot about yourself. Like I said, some of you guys, you're needing to know how to be a partner. Whether that's because the person that you're with is your life partner, or the person that comes after this person is your life partner. There's lessons in being able to be, in being able to practice even, being a wife. Being a helpmate. Being equally yoked. Learning how to communicate effectively. Learning how to argue effectively. Learning about what is important in relationships. Learning how to be supportive, but also learning how to keep the confidence and not lose yourself in relationship. A lot of women have difficulties with some of the things that I've listed because they make relationships their end all be all. A lot of women give their power away because they think that's what it means to be submissive. A lot of women kiss their dreams goodbye just so that they can, be in love? And keep in mind, I'm not a feminist. I'm not anything. If you read my description, I don't like titles. I am who I am. And I won't allow you, at least, the viewer, to put me in a box for your peace of mind. And I would tell some of the women that are watching this video to not allow anyone to do that to them as well. It's very freeing. The task right now for some of you guys is really, as I just said before, it's really, can you be in a relationship and a partnership, still maintain your sense of self and who you are as an individual, but also learn how to work well with your counterpart. See, because people say all the time, like, relationships are hard. They're hard work. Relationships are hard. And I don't agree with that. I don't think relationships are meant to be hard. I think we make them hard because we don't know how to get out of our own way, and sometimes we operate from ego. And usually, if both people are operating from ego, yeah, it's going to be hard because that's war. For you to say your relationships are hard is the same thing as saying, being on a team where everyone that's working for the same goal, everyone has the same goal, that's hard. It's not hard. It's not supposed to be hard. We're on a basketball team and our goal is to win, and we all know our positions and we play our positions. What's hard about that? It's hard when one teammate decides, you know what, I'm big and bad, I'm the leader, even though they may not be the leader. I want to be the leader because they're operating in ego and they take over, and then that causes friction in the game or on the team. Yeah, that's hard. It's usually when people want to do more than what they're supposed to do because you're not spirit led. That's when it becomes hard. So I'm not going to speak to you from that place because that place doesn't make sense, and there's no room for that in an actual real relationship. I hope that makes sense. I also hope that you can't hear a lot of that noise in the background. If you can, I'm sorry. I don't know what kind of construction they're doing outside. It was quiet earlier, but I don't know. We're gonna push through it though. So, You guys have a lot to learn about being a partner, being in a relationship. And it really doesn't matter what type of relationship it is, to be perfectly honest. I do believe that this is romantic, but I want to point out for the people that are not in romantic relationships, this really could just be collaboration in and of itself with anybody. So I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, and we're gonna talk about these tarot cards that were pulled off to the side in a minute, but I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, so what's the problem? What's the problem in the relationship? I mean, not in the relationship, but what's the problem regarding the relationship in the cycle? Like, what are you supposed to learn, right? So let's start from the bottom. We have the Lover's card in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords. I mean, not the Knight, sorry, the King of Swords. Then we have the Eight of Wands. We have Page of Wands. We have Five of Cups. We have Four of Swords. Five of Swords, and then we have the Nine of Wands. Sorry, I got distracted. I was looking at the card. So, let me point out the problems that you've probably had in other relationships that you're going to be tested in the relationship you're in currently or about to be in. So, first things first, I feel like you guys have a bad habit of picking people that you don't have a real, genuine connection with. I feel like you pick people out of necessity. Now, keep in mind, this is a general reading, so I may not be talking exactly about you, but something I say will hit. I already know that. That's already been confirmed. So, some of you guys need to work on the actual connection itself. Why are you with this person? It has to be more than just they look good. Or I don't want to be lonely, so they're here. Because some of you guys are making that mistake and then you're trying to figure out why shit's not working the way it needs to work. Well, look how you got them. Some of you guys are ignoring a lot of what you really truly want because you're unwilling to be patient. So you're taking anything off the shelf and then you want to complain about it. Well, hell. Sometimes patience is a virtue. Well, not sometimes. It really is a virtue, but I'm an Aries, so I say sometimes because it's a struggle. Anyway, so, yeah, Lover's card in reverse is giving me that. It's giving me this thing of, like, you know, I don't really have to be all in with you to commit. Like, I just need someone here to cuddle me at night. And you look like a good cuddle. You know how there's people, like, we get in about fall season, it's like, oh, where's my boyfriend for the winter? Because it's cold out here and these sheets are cold and I need a warm body next to me. Like, you guys are like those. You're like the warm body people. You're like the seat filler. You date seat fillers. People who just, they're only here because the real person hasn't made it here yet and you need this shit to look full. So you date seat fillers. You have kids with seat fillers. How about that? You're having children with seat fillers, people who are not even supposed to be in your life. Why? Because you're so busy focusing on the fact that there is lack that you're not taking the time to actually experience who you are in your single season. And now you're trying to figure out why the actual men or the people that you really want are looking at you like you got baggage, because not only did you never go through your stuff to learn who you are and to be kind of held accountable to that aspect, to that person, but you also have kids with a seat filler. You got to do better than that. King of Swords is coming in. And I don't think it's coming in for a good reason. Again, I'm looking at all the things that you need to be learning in this current relationship or the relationship that you're about to be in. Learn when to hold your tongue. Women, especially. Look, I don't agree with about 90% of what the manosphere says. I'm going to tell you right now. You know, a lot of them get on here, and it's funny because, you know what, I'm not even going to talk about that right now. Let me not, because I can really just go on a rant. Everybody got something to say about everybody, and it's very fascinating because no one can actually hold themselves accountable. And on top of which really bothers me is a lot of people in these spheres, women and men, and none of you guys are married. None of you guys are happy. None of you guys are in a successful, committed relationship. And so I'm like, why are people listening to people who do not have what they have? I don't go to broke people to ask them how to have $1 billion. I'm not going to do that. So why would you go to a person who's never even been in a happy relationship and ask them how to be in a happy relationship? That's stupid to me. It's really stupid, but whatever, go off. If it works, it works, but whatever. King of Swords is coming in, and ladies, one of the things that I do hear them say a lot that I do find is common is women, and I'm not going to say especially any type of woman, because all women do this, and that's another thing that really irritates me is when they try to isolate one particular group of people, one specific, it's a division type of tactic, in my opinion, and it's pointless, because every woman can talk back, every woman can have an attitude, every woman can get loud, but whatever. Whatever. But as women, we need to learn, and men need to learn this too, but I'm speaking to the women. We need to learn when to hold our tongue. We need to exercise wisdom. Sometimes it's not always about being right. Sometimes he doesn't need to hear your opinion. And we need to exercise when it's appropriate and when it's not. There are times when my partner does something that I get frustrated with, but I really try to practice knowing when to hold my tongue. Why? Because at the end of the day, before being right, I love peace in my house. And being right is an ego thing. Having peace is not. Having peace means I put my ego aside and say, you know what? Because I may know I'm right. See, this is the thing. I know this is kind of a conundrum, but bear with me. I know I'm right sometimes. Like, I know I'm right. But the fact that I need him to know, and I'm willing to sacrifice peace in my house so he knows, I have come to this realization in my spiritual journey that's crazy. Because I love him. So why do I need to fight with him if I already know I'm right? I don't need him. I realize this, guys. Listen. I realize that I don't need him to know I'm right, to validate that I'm right, because I know I'm right. As long as I know I'm right, I don't really care what he thinks. I'm right. So if it's an argument, if it's a disagreement, and he says he didn't say something, but I know he did, I'm not going to spend an hour going back and forth about, well, sometimes I do. I'm not perfect. But this is one of those things where, like, we get better with time. But I don't want to spend an hour going back and forth with you about something that I know you said. I'm just going to say, you know what? This is what I believed you said, but you said you didn't, so okay. But where's the solution? Because the solution is not, well, I need to be heard because I know I'm right. That's not the solution. That's never the solution. And we spend so much time focusing and fighting on the little stuff, we never actually get to the solution. And you wonder why you're angry with your partner for 6 months. Why y'all been fighting for a year. All right, I'm done. 8 of Wands, go with the flow. Be more allowing. Stop being so resistance driven. You know, if he comes home and he's like, babe, I want to go do this with you. Hold on, I need water. Sorry, my phone is ringing. But if he says, babe, I really want to go on a picnic, I feel like this person is going to be kind of sporadic or kind of spontaneous. And I think the lesson here is don't be so type A. Don't be so like it needs to look this way. It doesn't need to look this way, you know? So it's like, sorry, both my phones keep ringing. Be more allowing. You know, I'm giving advice because I feel like this is for the women. I think this is really for the women. So, sorry, men. I keep hearing women, so I'm gonna talk to the women. Be more allowing. Let him lead. Trust that you picked the right person and let him lead. Page of Wands, be in the moment. Page of Wands and Eight of Wands are kind of speaking to me in similar ways, but Page of Wands, also Eight of Wands is saying go there, and Page of Wands is saying now be fully in it. Experience it. Take it all in. Five of Cups, let the past be the past. Let it go. Stop bringing up shit from 5 years ago. Let it go. Be present. Be in the present. Be in the present. Five of Swords, protect your family. Protect him. Show him that you have his back. Show him that you support him. Show him, look, it's us against the world, period. Like, and not just feel that way, ladies, but sometimes like let your man know, like verbally, like, hey, I got you. Like, I'm supporting you. I'm there. I got your back. What do you need? I believe in your dreams. Because if you don't believe in his dreams, then what are you doing? What are we doing right now? That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all make relationships hard for no reason at all. Either you're not supposed to be with the person or you need to get out of your own way. Because two people that are equally yoked, it's not that difficult. It's really not. This is not rocket science. And Nine of Wands is saying, keep your sense of self, though. Nine of Wands is super important to point out because, like I said, sometimes we get in relationships and we lose our sense of self. We have no idea who we are anymore. Everything is about that person. And it's about balance for you guys. Learning how to do both. How do you get to a place where you could do both? Protect him, protect the union, and also remember who you are and do your self-work. We have Void of Curse and Leo. Let me drink some more water. I'm seeing both these cards represent willingness. I'm seeing both these cards represent showing up, being present, being fully there, being all in, being committed. Where's my thing? Oh. Oh, I already had one out. Crap. So yeah, I see it being a case of doing the work, showing up. Like I said, some of you guys just don't know how to be like team players. And it's not that you don't want to be a team player. It's that I feel like some of you guys, like, you know, for whatever reason, maybe it's that you didn't really have the best example of what that looks like growing up, or maybe your mom or your dad didn't teach you or wasn't there, whatever. So that's fine. But like, we can't keep using these excuses. We're in an excuse-based society right now as well, where we like to use excuses to explain and justify the fuck-ups. And it can't work that way. We can acknowledge, okay, well, I don't have the best example of how to show up and be a husband or a wife or a mother or a father or a friend or a teammate, like, you know, but at some point we have to say, okay, but this is the best time, arguably, in all of history to learn whatever it is that you want to learn. I mean, hello, internet, Google, YouTube. Everything that just about anything that you could want to know about just about anything is available, and that includes how to be a better person, how to find your highest self, how to find your equally yoked partner, how habits and key points on what makes communication effective, how to argue properly, how to be, you know, and the ideal wife that you want to be. As I'm not going to say there's the ideal wife, because everyone has but whatever that is for you, there's someone out there talking about it that can help you. So if you want to be the ideal wife for like some dude stuck in Flintstone age, there is a woman or a man out there that is teaching and explaining how to do that shit. You want to be the ideal African, Indian, Chinese wife, there's someone out there teaching how to do that shit. There is no excuse. We get locked into excuses too much. Like, things happen. Our lives happen. We know that. I was mistreated as a child. Yes, you were, but that is not an excuse. That is maybe the reason. You have identified the part that needs healing, not the part that you use to excuse your bad behavior. That is the difference. There has to be more accountability. So if someone says, I grew up being beat by my parents, that you are identifying to me a part that you need to maybe heal from. Not the part that explains why you just punched so-and-so in the face. No, not at all. I think I went kind of left, but basically what I'm seeing right here is both cards are kind of just saying show up and be present. Be open to the experience. Be fully committed to the experience. You can't ask for, it's like saying I want kids, but I don't want to raise them. I don't want to talk to them. That's how silly this sounds. Bison came out for you guys. It says abundance. I'm going to read the text. It says, sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. Keep me warm through the storms of life. Keep me warm through the storms of life is bringing me back to what I was saying earlier to you guys. And I hope you guys stick around for these because I really be in here preaching for real. But keep me through the storms. Keep me warm through the storms of life makes me remember. It brings me back to what I was saying earlier to you guys, where I was like, you know what? Some of you guys are kind of just settling. Some of you guys are just picking what's closest on the shelf. You know how back in the pandemic, when you're going to the store and like your real toilet paper that you really like, that like triple quilted, and it was gone. So then you settled for like the one that feels like tissue paper. It's scratchy. And you like, I might as well just take a shower instead of use this toilet paper because like this toilet paper like disintegrates as soon as you touch it. Like that type of toilet paper, like that's what some of you guys have been doing in your relationships. You go in and you're like, oh my God, my real toilet paper that I roll hard with, that like, that I really love, that works best for me and my body, that's gone. And you think, oh, well, I need toilet paper, so I'm going to just settle for the cheap shit. And then when you get home, you're mad because now cheap shit is all in your house, and that's it. Now you're mad. But it's like, well, you could just wait for the regular toilet paper to come back. And I know that like literal translation, that doesn't make sense because, in theory we need toilet paper, arguably. But I mean, I don't know. You could, even if it was that case, like you don't have to use toilet paper. You can shower after you use the restroom, and they have toilet wipes. They have all kinds of stuff you can do. But my point is that like for the metaphor's sake, you settled and bought cheap toilet paper and now you're mad. Because you weren't willing to wait. So channeling that bison, and some of you guys, this really could be your actual spirit animal. I want to point that out because that's something that's coming in for someone that bison is your spirit animal. Some of you guys maybe have been dreaming of bisons, and you're like, that's such an odd thing to dream about. And it's like, yeah, the bison is showing up because it's something that is tied to you. And this could be a nice reminder for you about a bison. A bison typically is kind of like Group 1's penguin, where they run together, right? They're pack animals kind of. And so when I think of bison, I think of family. But I also think of like-minded energy. See, animals have no problem finding mates that are equally yoked. Be like the animals. You know, like you're not gonna see a catfish dating a seahorse. That's stupid. So it's like, why do we do that? Why do we date people and entertain people that we know are not, it doesn't make sense. We don't share the same ideals. We don't even share complementary ideals. But because you have a six pack, come on in. No. This is something that you say to yourself. Keep me warm through the storms of life. So when the storms of life are happening, when the trials and tribulations are happening, when you're really lonely or you're really sad or someone's getting married and you need a date and you're realizing it's coming to a point where you're just it's all in your reality that you don't have. You know, that is the time for you to be the strongest. Fill my life with goodness. There's so much for you to be grateful about. Teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. Focus on what is in your life and what isn't. Have gratitude for what is, because there are people who have what you have but want let me say it like this. There are people who have what you don't have. Sorry. There are people who have what you don't have but want what you have. It's always going to go that way. So this woman has the husband and kids, and she hates her life. You want the husband and kids, but you have all the freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do. It's easy to focus on the lack and go from there. And that's why gratitude is so important. To find the things that you're grateful for, especially in the times where you're feeling the most upset or hurt. So, that is your reading, group 2. If the reading resonated, ashe, I'm grateful for that. I know sometimes I speak very specific. This is definitely for the ladies, okay? And so, you know, if it hit though, it hit, and I'm grateful. I'm always grateful. If you like these kind of readings or you like the kind of reader I am, hit the subscribe button. No pressure. And I will see you guys in my next reading, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and go to group 3. So I will, like I said, I'll see you guys in the next reading, and I wish you the best until we meet again. Bye, guys. What's going on, group 3? Welcome to your video. And you guys have Sundancer, and I've been having a ball talk to everybody else. So Sundancer, what is this? We're talking about what's going on right now in your life. Like, what is this specific cycle, the purpose of it? What is it? So Sundancer, the words underneath it say joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. And it's interesting. Some of you guys are coming off immediately like you're very hard on yourself. So I'm going to be shuffling in the background. So yeah, don't pay too much attention to this. But I immediately kind of just, and this may be a very quick read because I already know, like, I just kind of already feel like playful. If it feels playful, it feels like not serious. It feels whimsical. It feels like I'm literally like, it's literally a fairy on here. Okay. Some of you guys are taking life too seriously. Life is meant to be fun. Life is meant to be something that, we just kind of, sometimes we just forget that it's just, sometimes it's an experience. It's a dream. Okay. We suck the fun out of everything. We take things so seriously. We are so moved and so reactive, and we just forget that, there's a lot of freedom out here as well. And it doesn't have to be this depressing bout of just darkness, and it, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much freedom out here. And I feel like there's freedom for you in this lifetime, especially in this specific cycle. This may just be a cycle too, because like I said at the beginning of this video, that, life happens to us in cycles. So, sometimes, flip these all around. Sometimes we have to struggle. Sometimes we gotta go through it. Sometimes, it's the harvest. I mean, it's the time right before, the actual reaping of the harvest, right? So sometimes it's gonna be difficult, but for you guys, this is not the time for it to be difficult. This is the time to kick back, relax. Vacation, go sightsee, go jump out of a plane with a parachute though. Do something fun, do something exhilarating, step outside of your bubble, go do fun stuff. Don't forget that part of this life is about just having fun, kicking back. There's a reason why you go through childhood first. In my opinion, at least, I feel like we experience childhood first so that we can remember. We can remember to just be curious, to explore. Like when you think about you as a child, like you were just kind of like without much of a care. And somehow we got sucked into this society of feeling like there's so much to care about. And there are some things to care about as adults, but we have also in the last, I want to say 4, maybe 3 decades, we have found a lot more to care about. And we're wondering why the depression rates are up, why the self-life ending, I don't want to say the actual word, why all of these negative mental things are up and the highest they've ever been. And it's because, and I don't want to say it's because, let me be very deliberate. In my opinion, I feel like a lot of that is because of what the energy and the atmosphere is right now. We're being told to care about a lot that we really should not be caring about, that we don't have to care about, And again, I'm not saying that's everybody, but a lot of it is because of what other people are telling us we should give a damn about. And if we don't give a damn, we're taught that, well, something's wrong with you. And it's not that. You probably are the thing that we're supposed to be going after, but because you're not the norm, we criticize you, we beat down on you. And it's so ass backwards. So this card is coming in to remind you, because like I said, Spirit don't give a damn about being politically correct. So I need to watch how I say that too, because Spirit is saying, no, bump all of that. You need to go back to being like a child. You need to go back to having fun, whatever fun looks like to you, despite what anybody says or thinks about it. We got King of Wands. We got Knight of Pentacles. We got 2, is that 2? 10. I can't see. 10 of Pentacles. It's a little dark in here. And we got 6 of Wands and 9 of Wands. And it's funny because so far, there are no majors. So it's like, you're not waiting for, like, this is not the season to wait for anything big to happen. The other 2 readings, a lot of stuff is happening for them. You guys are where the party is at, okay? There's nothing major that you need to be looking for. Like, some of you guys are like, I feel like you guys like type A, like pen, paper, take all the notes. Like, there's got to be something. Like, you're like Velma on Scooby-Doo. Like very like tightly wound, And so I think this is the season for you to just chill out. Like, look, this is not the season for intense work. I think you guys have been doing a lot of work within yourself. And Spirit is saying there's balance in all things. Sometimes it's good to come up for air, take a breather. You've probably done a lot of work recently in the last cycle that you were in. And you're thinking that every cycle is supposed to be this big, massive thing. And that's not really the case. And for you guys specifically, I'm seeing a lot more of kick back and let loose. That's reiterated by, one, the fact that there is missing majors, but also I'm seeing 10 of Pence, I'm seeing 6 of Wands, and to me those are very easygoing cards. I'm seeing King of Wands say, look, you just came out of a cycle, you got it, head, heart, match, they're in rhythm, you're in alignment now. So you're asking, okay, so what's next? Well, what's next is vacation, baby. Like, go have fun, go to the beach, go frolic in the sand. Like, you're like, no, but I gotta go work. I need to work. And it's like, no. You need to rest. You probably have went through a lot recently. You probably just came out of a lot. And you're like, okay, I'm not drowning anymore. I'm floating. What do I do? And Spirit is like, just float. Just float. Just take a breather. Take a second. Give your body a break. Give your mind a break. Like, I know something is telling me, like, you just recently came out of some stuff. And Knight of Pence is like, you guys are like, all right, I'm ready. Like, what are we doing next? What's next? I'm ready to learn. What book do I need to buy? What class do I need to take? What mentor do I need to sit under? What's the next step? And it's like, no, y'all need to chill. I'm not even gonna pull any more tarot because I feel like that was enough. But it's like, yeah, I'm feeling like you need to chill. What else though for group 3? Because they want to know, Spirit. What else is going on for group 3? I told you guys I feel like this is gonna be a short reading, because you guys have the most easygoing energy around you. I just don't want you guys to reject that. Mercury. Mercury is about mind. Excuse me. Mercury is also the planet that has the energy of communication. Okay. And I'm also pretty sure that's Thoth back there. Again, that would be the god of communication. So, well, he brought the tablets, and let me not, because I actually want to do more videos on more of the ancient Egyptian or Kemet gods and stuff. So anyway, let me not. But mind, right? Communication. I also see that this is the time for you to speak more brazenly. So, and it's so funny. You guys are literally the exact opposite of group 1, which is so funny, because group 1 is everything opposite of what I'm telling you guys. You guys care. You guys already do a lot of strategizing. Sorry if you hear my phone going off. But you guys already do a lot of strategizing. You guys have that. You got that. That's easy. That is your natural proclivity. You guys are tasked with experiencing in this season, just like being more unfiltered, being more just brazen about yourself, not caring so much about yourself or how you're perceived, but just being more free flowing and allowing. However it comes out is how it comes out. Okay, not worrying so much about how it's gonna sound, how it's gonna come across, but being more just what's the other word I wanted to use? It's not unfiltered. It's what is the word? What is the word? Uninhibited. That's the word. It's being more uninhibited. I'm gonna pull one more from the top. Capricorn. Capricorn. Well, some of you guys could be Capricorns. I'll say that. Some of you guys have a lot of Capricorn energy in your chart. And the one thing that Capricorns, they kind of get a bad rap, in my opinion. But one thing I really, really, really like about Capricorns that I feel like you guys need to kind of utilize that energy, harness that energy, is a Capricorn is like, okay, once they're kind of like, once they figure out how to do something, like a skill set, like that's it. They're all in, 100,000%. I'm dead focused, gridlocked. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna rock this till the wheels fall off, right? And a Capricorn, their mission is to master whatever that is. A lot of them are like that. And some of you guys this season also, whatever that hobby is, whatever that thing is that you're just naturally good at, tunnel vision that this season. Focus on that. Whatever that is. Where's my other, whatever that is, focus on that. Because some of you guys are sitting on like hidden talents or something. Like some of you guys are sitting on abilities that you could use to either create an impact, create an audience, create some income for yourselves, and you're not sharing it. And it's probably something very subtle too, like something that's not like it's probably like, you know, maybe you're just really funny or something, and you just like, because it's like other people enjoy it in your immediate reality, but it's like you could share it with the world and really, you know, make something of it for yourself. So basically it's about being resourceful. What is it that you're good at? What is it that you or what is it that you have a natural curiosity for that, you know, could really kind of propel you forward? Focusing on that. It could be speaking too also when I'm looking at Mercury again, because like I said, Mercury is the planet of communication. And it talks about being open. It's a lot of, I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is a nice bit of wand and pentacle energy as well from the tarot. And so I'm getting, yeah, so it's like a lot of earth signs, but earth signs in the sense of like your actual like finances, like what to do with this time, but also how to be during this time is where that wand energy is coming from. And the wand energy is just saying like, hey, let's live it up. We're good. This is a time to celebrate your accomplishments and your achievements. Last card we have is Puffin. Puffin is partnership, which is interesting. I'll tell you why in a second. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. That's funny because I just got done telling y'all to stop being like Velma, stop being so tightly wound, be more inhibited, be more upfront about how you're feeling and everything like that. Did I really just find a way to kick this camera and this camera's not even touching the table anymore? Jeez. Okay, well, it's supposed to happen. So anyway, this card is coming in and it's just like it's saying, look, you're unique, you're different, and people need to see that the thing that you are trying to hide and cover from the masses, the thing that sets you apart, is the thing that should be celebrated. So step into that confidence. Okay, step into that confidence, exude your individuality. This is actually the society to really do that. I just want to let you know, if you don't know, we love a unique person out here. Okay, so I feel like there's something in you that is so different and unique and refreshing, and if you could just find the confidence to show that, I see so much success for you. Not just financially. I'm talking about financially because, again, Capricorn energy. Capricorns are all about we get into the money. Where the money is, we will be. Where the money reside. Where the money reside. You know. Anyway, so I'm not talking about financially, but I'm talking success in all aspects. Success from a spiritual component, because you're in alignment. And when you're in alignment, things just flow easily and effortlessly to you. When you're in alignment, you don't have to freaking do those damn affirmations and quotes all the time because you're living it. When you're in alignment, things work. There's no reason to worry. Things just happen. You just hold your hand out and shit comes. But in order to be in alignment, we have to stop resisting the things we feel urged to do, the things that spirit is guiding us to do. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop thinking that we know better when we're coming from a place of fear. You never know better when you're coming from a place of fear. I'm telling you right now, if you are scared, you do not know best. So I told you guys it's going to be a short read because, like I said, I knew from the time the card flipped over, I was like, oh, I got y'all in 10 minutes, 12 minutes straight, because I don't need to lecture or teach you like I had to do the other two groups, because this is free-flowing energy. The only thing y'all have to do is open the door and let go. That's it. I just fixed it. But anyway, you guys, I know it's short read, but like I said, I only tell what needs to be said, and I'm not gonna add extra fluff just for the sake of it. So if the reading hit home, if you actually like shorter reads, let me know. But if the reading did hit home, if something that I said resonated with you, ashe, 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 I'm so thankful for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you as always. If you like the type of content that I do here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything that I do here, because I do a lot of different random shit. So if that's something that you're interested in, don't forget to do those things. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Okay? Bye, guys.